Greeting everyone. Today in this video, I am going to talk briefly about the book of James Scott, The Art of Not Being Governed. So, what does it mean, the art of not being governed? Like, uh, Dr. Scott, James Scott meant with the art of not being governed. He meant the people whom they flee out of the government, of out of the state, of out of the country, like in the entire history of the human being. And he specialized the area or the landscape, the covering Southeast Asia, East Asia, like from the places that getting from Cambodia, India, and all that Southeast Asia. So he talked about like the people whom they always been not governed, like the people whom they don't have no state or no country. Actually, it doesn't mean that they don't have country. It means that they flee out of the country, like they escape out, they ran away from the country. And he gave some thoughtful reason behind this fleeing. He talked about the fleeing of people is out of the oppression of the government or the state. Like the state, how the state is like, treating their citizen is the reason why those people they flee out and they stay in the hills, they stay always out of the state or out the country, as we talk about it today, and we call it country or a state or anything that can describe the government or the stability of the people whom they are being governed by certain sovereignty. So he talk about those people whom we seen that they seem to be not being governed. Actually, they were being governed, like they have been governed and they were being governed. But the problem is those people they ran away from the state, like they went out of the state, they ran away, and they find some places out of the state to create their own zone and practice their own agriculture. And the reason behind that is the operation of government. It came out because of the taxes, like always the government practicing operation against their citizen and the people whom they live under their sovereignty. It's because of the tax. And he gave example of like the Sumerian civilization. He talked about the Sumerian state when it was established based on agriculture. Like the agriculture was the we can say was the basic or the fundamental of every single state. So, and Sumer include, like he included Sumer civilization inside this. And he talked about the Sumerian. They used to build wall to keep the taxpayer, to keep them in the state, more than building prison for let's say the barbarian people or the violent people or the people whom they don't obey the state. The state always doesn't care about those people whom they obey the rules. The state is always caring about who they pay tax and who do not pay tax. So, and the second reason behind saying the people whom they are not governed, or the people whom they are not governed, or as we think about them, they are not governed, they are flee from a state. Talk about there is no state. There is no state in the world where will be like established out of agriculture. Like sedentary agriculture is the basic and is the fundamental in every single state. Like every single state has to be established. It has to go through the agriculture. And he talked about all our history, like long from, let's say, from Homo sapiens. Homo sapiens, they live in the Earth's planet for like over 200,000 years. So those 200,000 years is out of state. They are not being governed by any, kind of rules, law, or constitution, or any kind, of like, what do you call it? Like sovereignty. So the Homo sapiens, like all their history from Africa, they come from the time they came from Africa to uh, to go through everywhere in the world. They they were practicing kind of like hunting, gathering, and all that, and until the time that 7,000 years, we this we we come out we come out or we come off with the agriculture in Sumer, when the Sumerian discover the agriculture for the first time. That was the first time that state established. So out of all the history of the human, like Homo sapiens has been for like 200,000 years. Only 7,000 years from Sumerian into today is only 7,000 years. So we only have been in the rules and govern for only about not more than 7,000 years. So that's why uh James Scott saying that the art of the people are not being governed. It's the art of fleeing from the state, because those people, they are fleeing from the state because the state is always practicing oppression and bad treatment with them. And the most our history, as he said, it's just been out of the governing. And the state of Sumer established its its foundation, or its basic, based on agriculture. So that's mean agriculture is everything. Like there is no state will establish. The point that I want to talk out of all those talking, I am talking about agriculture is the main. Like if you want to establish any state, or you want to create any country or a state, and you want sustainable life in that state, you have to establish agriculture. That's the main thing. Agriculture is everything. It's a revenue. Agriculture is the economy. Agriculture is work. Agriculture keep all the people together. And even there is some I don't want to talk about religion and the philosophy of religion, but there is some myths that talking about there's some myth that talking about that, like even the goddesses and gods and all that worshipping, they have been discovered, or the people at least know that the god and goddesses during agriculture, like the first time people understand there is god, and God take care of them, and God give them the mercy out of the agriculture. Like the agriculture is a mercy of God. That's what they thought. Like in brief, like briefly, they thought that agriculture is a gift from God. So anyway, the art of not being governed is the art of the people whom they fleeing out or ran away from the state to practice their agriculture, and to make their own money without any oppression of government or state. So thank you so much.